Okay. It's called, that's the nurturing part. You know, I understand how you feel. I went through the same thing like that. You know, it's everybody makes mistakes, Mr. Skolnick. We're all just human beings here, but maybe there's a few, you know, you wouldn't want to resolve this problem today, would you?
Yes.
If there was a solution that was practical, that worked with your time frame, your budget, and would get you and help you buy or sell the home or invest in the right home or get out of this problem, you wouldn't want to take action today, would you?
Yeah, I'm at my wit's end.
Which means,
I'd like to hear more about what you have to say.
okay, boom. It's the way you use the words, the way you say it, while you're blending them with stroking and nurturing. Here's a few notes here on this mind, and I'll make this mind map available to you guys. Do any of you guys have a mind note, by the way? If you do, I can send you the original and you can make your own notes and things like that. Otherwise, all I can do is send you the PDF on it. The real question is, how do we become a more effective communicator? Can you walk into a room of people and get those people to like you? Traditional salespeople all use the same repetitive openers, premature intellectual presentation, boring boilerplate scripts. The prospect basically thinks the following: oh my God, another salesman. How do I get off the phone? Make this quick. How do I get away from this person? They assume they are first, when in reality, the salesman assumes they are the first phone call, when in reality, they are one in a cast of thousands. How do you make that instant connection? Are you asking the right questions and statements? Okay, and here's the one I talked about earlier. Um, let's assume you you got to take when you're losing the sale. What does the amateur salesperson usually do? They go back into their presentation, don't they?
Mhm.
Okay, they do it all over again. You've got to do something drastic. You've got to say something that might shake their senses or get them off balance. Sir, you may not like this question, but aren't you sick of all this? All these people calling you, people trying to take advantage. I'm trying to help you here. And yes, I am trying to make a living doing this, but I have a solution for you. Mr. Prospect, how long are you going to accept this mediocrity as a way of life? Don't you think you deserve better, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect? Don't get mad at me. Make me a promise you won't get mad at me, but why is such a smart person like you doing this dumb stuff? Or the other word. Okay, so this is a guts move here. And here's another section, the hypnotic sale. Learning how to ask, painting an emotional question in their mind. And we did that earlier. And then ending in hey, imagine, Mr. Prospect, for a moment, we could solve this problem. We could make this work for you. You could smell that freedom. That you could smell. You could go and get yourself into the right house at the right time. How would that feel? And you're using different emotional words. You're using the five senses, and you're always asking the question: did you ever have a dream, Mr. Prospect, Miss Prospect, where you could buy the home, you could sell the home, you could invest in a home that gave you a return of $1,000? If you could start all over again, what would you want to do? These are guts moves. Redirection questions, one of my favorite. Okay, learning how to ask questions in the opposite way. Asking a question to get, you ask a positive question to get a negative answer, or a negative question to get the positive answer. Mr. Smith, even if we could find you a home that worked with your budget, you could, and the payments agreed with you, that isn't something you'd want to take an action on today, is it? How do you feel about that? You go negative to get them to go positive. We ask the multiple choice questions. You have three choices, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect. Do you want to take it? Do you want to take action today? Would you like to spend 110? You have $100,000 to do a contract today, or 3 years and wait for 10,000 more, 110,000? Or would you like to owner finance and make yourself 8% interest with a 5-year balloon? The bank's only paying you 0.5%. Would you like 8%? Pick one, sir. You know, all the asking assertive questions. Is there a good time to be assertive? When's a good time to be assertive with a prospect? Is there ever Is there ever a good time?
Yes.
Yeah.
When is that? When do you take on that leadership role?
At the very beginning.
In the very beginning. How do you do that? Let me hear somebody be the doctor in the room. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Prospect, George, listen, man, this is, I really want to help you out here. But this is how things are going to go. I'd like to ask you a few questions, see what your situation is, and you can ask me some questions, and we'll see if we can do some business together. How that sounds?
Well, it's okay. I want more assertive, Nathan. I want it stronger.
Okay.
Claude, you have a problem. Claude, we have a problem. And it's not going to go away here. And you can
Okay.
tell me to call you after the holidays or whatever, but do you want to resolve this today? Can you imagine for a moment you got this thing is gone, or you get into a new house, or you sold your house, bring it up. Be a little more assertive, a little strong. I think people like that. Wait, Chris is smiling there. I see that. Go ahead. Try it again.
Claude, you got a problem, man.
What do you mean I have well, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, listen, you're in a situation, you don't have any money. You want to, start making, your life better. And, you've been trying to do some real estate stuff, but you're not really sure how to do it. And, if you don't make a change in your life, nothing's going to, you're going to keep living in your basement with the cats. I'd like to ask you some questions. You can ask me some questions and see if I can help you out. I think I can.
Also, do this one other move. That was good. Do this one other move. And if you don't want to do this, let's just say it's over. It's okay. I'm a busy guy. Little social proof. I'm a busy guy. I've got a lot of people to talk to. Why do you think I'm so busy? Or do you want to do business today and solve this problem, or should I go away and leave you alone? What does that say when you tell them you're ready to fire the prospect? What does that say to that prospect when you make a move like that?
You're creating scarcity.
Oh, yeah, but it's so powerful, isn't it?
Claude, say it one more time. That last one you said about you want me to solve your problem or do something else. Say what, if you don't mind.
Do you want me to solve your problem or just go away?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Listen,
Perfect.
I'm a busy guy. I love helping people solve the problem. Sounds like you're a little mad at me, or you're distracted right now. Do we want to work on this, or should I get lost?
Right. Oh yeah, let's do something.
I can get lost, but I'll tell you right now, the problem will still remain.
Right.
It won't go away. And you strike me as a mature, good man. Don't you want this? Can you imagine for a moment we solve this problem before Christmas? What'll that be like tonight at dinner with your significant other when you say, honey, the problem's gone. We got the new house. I sold the old house. I invested our money. We're going to get an 8%, 18% return. How do you feel? What's that going to feel like to you as a man talking to your significant other? You're the breadwinner. What's that going to feel like tonight?
Yeah.
Would you like to make that happen, or should I go away?
Yeah.
See how emotional I can.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
See how emotional I can make that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Emotions play such a part. What did Shakespeare say? We're all actors and the world is a stage. Something to that effect. But learning to ask the right questions the right way, like we did. Hi, I'm just reaching out to you today. No. Hi, can I have a minute of time? No. Try to say something that gets them a little off balance. So you get your foot in the door, so you can start having that dialogue. We got time for maybe one more question. Busy day today. Go ahead. Good questions. Thank you. Like them. Sean here has a note in the chat room. With great power comes great responsibility. You get good at this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and you cannot believe. Do you think confidence is, do you need to sound confident when you're on the phone, or should you sound subservient and submissive?
Confident.
Todd?
Confident.
Confident. What's confidence sound like, Todd?
Your voice is not cracking. It's smooth. You sound like you're in a good mood. I hate to use the word flow, but you're flowing, but it's making sense to where the person on the other side is understanding what you're trying to get to, or how you're trying to help them.
Why, Todd, let me ask you a question. Why, tell me if if you have this experience too. Why do most salespeople sound like beggars to me?
They are.
Because they are. Good answer.
I mean, because to give you an example, I was trying to buy a garage, right? So I invited a person over to sell me something. And I kept telling him, or kept asking him about bars, about lighting. It was about security. And he wouldn't address it. And he's like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to make this sale to get this discount. And I just didn't tell him, but I'm like, you didn't address my issue, which was security.
Yeah. That's the real emotional trigger, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Someone comes.
I did have a question for you though.
Go ahead.
So we went to one extreme. What if you have a situation where you want to buy or you want a person to sell the house to you, but they're not necessarily motivated by, I got to do it right now. They just want to sell it, but they're not, I hate to use the word motivated. They want to sell it, but you got to maybe put a little bit more work into buying it from them. And they don't have to, it's not a fire sale. In other words, they got a good property.
They're not highly motivated.
Right.
Okay, you've got to set the stage in the environment. Todd, I want to do a deal today. I'm ready to do a deal today for the right price or terms. Can we do business today, or is this just a mutual admiration society? I mean, can we do business? Are you ready to do business today?
I'm ready to do business.
Good. What do you need from me? What's the number? What's the price that we can get a deal done today?
If you're willing to give me 289.
How'd you get to
3
that?
unit?
How'd you get to
Yeah.
that price?
Okay. Say that again.
How did you get to that price?
I was looking at comps in the area.
I got the comps too, and the best sale in the last 6 months was 250. What makes your property worth an extra $39,000?
I have 2 units that are already rented out. The tenants have been paying through COVID, so they haven't missed a payment. There is a vacant unit that you can either live in it for yourself or you can rent it out.
Okay, I'm an investor. None of that resonates with me. Is that 39,000 more? So you wouldn't do a market price with terms today, would you?
I'd be open.
Okay.
I'd be open to that.
So how about this? You own it free and clear. How about I give you 250? I give you $10,000 down. I give you 2,500 a month, 8% interest with a balloon in 60 months.
I would do that.
What?
I would do that. I would sign.
I'll send you an agreement today. I'll send you hello sign. Can you get that back to me this afternoon? I'll open escrow by this afternoon.
Absolutely.
You got a deal.
Absolutely.
Boom.
Absolutely.
I open the door. Maybe I got to come. That was a good role play. Maybe I'll renegotiate. Maybe I'll find out there's damage. Maybe he lied about something or misrepresented something. Can I always fix it later?
Yeah.
Well, what's the purpose of closing people in the first phone call? To go to the bank today to get commitment, to get it off the market. I can always fix it later. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. Rock and roll goes fast, doesn't it? Thank you. I'm going to email everybody. I'm going to email you the mind map, and I'm going to post it in the Skype group, by the way. Everybody here should be in the Skype VIP group. I just adjusted my calendar, so if you want to schedule an entourage session during this month, get in there. And everybody have a safe and happy and good day. And who's ready for a little Robert Palmer here? Robert Palmer. Yeah. I love this. I love this song. You know this one.
Bring it on.
Good week, everybody.
Thanks, Claude. Bye.
I love that song. Love that song.